Now, 6 months ago, we ran a story showing you how far a so-called church will go to stop ex-members publicly criticising it. The Exclusive Brethren is a secretive sect on the far right of the religious spectrum. And to stop our last report, it resorted to intimidation, stalking, even a car chase. But even the Brethren have to answer to the law. Here's Jackie Quist with the story they didn't want told.
Religious zealots turned predators, and we were their prey. Payback Brethren style. 6 brethren, 3 cars, a 15-kilometre chase. These two dogging and intimidating us in a joint criminal enterprise involving some dangerous driving. Our cameraman Mitch in his black 4-wheel drive, alone and tailed by 4 brethren in 2 cars, at times just centimetres off his bumper bar. After a half-hour pursuit, Mitch taking refuge in our Channel 7 underground car park.
It's an extraordinary thing that they would issue forth from their headquarters with 3 cars to harass somebody who's purely seeking to throw some light on their operations.
Author and Sunday Age journalist Michael Batchelard, a Brethren expert.
A law-abiding organisation doesn't criminally stalk somebody.
We now know the identity of one Brethren pursuer. He is Lionel Stephen Laming, and he and his accomplice chased us up to the City Central Police Station, where Sergeants Paul Hanna and Greg Cooper came to our rescue. The officers arresting Laming in the passenger seat of his car, close to the police station. The driver had fled. 6 months later, the day of reckoning. Laming's unchristian-like behaviour brought to justice. In the Downing Centre local court, Laming was found guilty of intimidating us, convicted and placed on a 12-month good behaviour bond. He pleaded guilty to failing to disclose the driver's identity, again convicted, but with no further penalty. A miserable result for Laming, despite the efforts of his $12,000 a day barrister, Winston Terracini.
Please don't try to intimidate me with that camera.
What would the Brethren hierarchy think of this conviction?
Oh, they'd be furious, they'd be devastated. They like to avoid detection and avoid public humiliation, and that's what this is for them.
We believe this Christian fundamentalist sect took exception to us filming excommunicated member Craig Hoyle outside their house of worship in Ermington, Sydney. No doubt incensed, we'd questioned Brethren Dr Mark Craddock, who prescribed medication to Craig in a bizarre bid to treat his homosexuality.
Do you prescribe this often for homosexuality?
No.
Why did you prescribe it in this instance? Homosexuality is not a disease.
He was wanting help. He was wanting to go a different way.
I think them dispatching the squad was absolutely in response to your questioning of Dr Craddock. They would have realised how bad that was for them. They would have been angry and they would have been seeking revenge.
Incredibly, though, in a statement, the Brethren said Lionel Laming intends to appeal and that the Brethren doesn't condone illegal behaviour, but rather it preaches respect for and adherence to the law. Little wonder New South Wales Lisarow Valley residents like Kay Watts objected to the Brethren snapping up tracts of land in their neighbourhood.
It's gone to now an 800-person meeting hall. It's a gigantic building about the size of an aeroplane hangar.
Across the country, halls, mega churches and schools are popping up. In Canberra, South Australia, across Tasmania. Gaining momentum in Queensland, a force in Western Australia. In Victoria, Brethren families in at least 26 locations across the state. Its biggest numbers by far in New South Wales.
It's important that we have the clear light of public scrutiny showing what's going on.
Cult expert David Milliken telling us Exclusive Brethren is gaining strength in numbers, property and finance.
They are accumulating more funds. There's a lot more money amongst the Brethren than what there was in the past.
That's no deterrent. We'll continue to expose the truth behind the barbed wire the formidable walls.
The damage that they do to their members, the control that they have over their lives, and the intimidation and reckless disregard for the psychological health of their members and people who've left needs to be scrutinised, needs to be brought out in the open.
Well, it's a big weekend on the Gold Coast with the V8 supercars. The headline